Hello and welcome back to First Steps into Dawnhood. First things first, I want to know opinions about whether or not I should continue or discontinue the teaching after just waking up, as well as the life and death. My current thought is discontinuing the teaching after just waking up and just making a complete new series of just teaching, not teaching after just waking up. But I'm fine with continuing it that way. Um, Although I probably won't be starting it until I get back my go. Um, and my other thought is for the life and death or any problem, what I've thought about is combining that with this series. So having 5 to 10 problems for everyone to study on their own, and then jumping right into me doing some games. Let me know in the comments, or if you have me on Facebook, then shoot me a message and it'll all go down. Alright, so we are going to try getting another game. This time, let's go for another 2Q. Because last time was with the 3Q. I want to try going up one. Alright, so we're going to try going for another 2Q. There we go. That didn't take too long. That did not take very long at all. That makes me happy. Alright. Oh, and we're playing as black. Okay. Hello, honey guys. She must have fun. Because what's a game of Go without fun? Alright. I did wake up not too long ago, because last night I had a terrible headache for a few hours. So bear with me if I go a little cuckoo throughout this video. Alright, so far nothing unusual. Thankfully, no 5-4 stones. Okay, so last night I went live with another streamer and we played a game, and it basically went like this for the opening. It was interesting. And you know what? I'm going to do the same exact thing I did in that game, and I'm going to do the double pincer. And let's see what happens. Honestly, anything can happen here. Okay. I honestly would prefer the attachment on either side. And I say that because when you do this, Komuki, I think that's the right term, it gives Black the chance to choose which one he wants to help. And if you attach to one of them, then Black doesn't have much of a choice. What is he doing? Okay, I'm just gonna come over here. What are you doing? There's literally nothing I have to worry about right there. I mean, I can even do this. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. How did I know he was going to do that? This is really weird. Yes, you need to respond to that. There you go. Now we'll double pincer this. Because my side's fine. My corner is fine. We're already off to a really weird game. There, okay, so there we go. And I would agree with this because what this stone is saying that it wants to attack this stone. And that white already has some stones over here, so I like this. I like this. Just don't do something stupid, please. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. And then I'll go for the corner. And then he prevents that. So I will go ahead and just extend out. If he's trying to gain all this, it's obviously not going to happen. Why? What is he doing? I'm ignoring that and going right here. This is really weird. This was too slow of a move. I would even prefer a Hane instead. If I have to sacrifice that stone, that's fine. Don't care. Go ahead and take the stone. And now I have invaded. He still needs to respond to this. There you go. Oh, let's push again. And then let's protect. Now he literally has nothing. That's fine. I'll just go ahead and play here. Simple as that. Okay. I'll keep my corner. That stone, that is too far to jump, so I could do something with that later. But right now, I've basically got all the corners. Now let's see what you do. You have two weak groups. And all I'm doing is pushing and pushing and more pushing. Do, 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 do. Yeah, if I do this, I'll be split. Let's go ahead and just jump out. What are you doing? This is a very, very questionable game. He's worrying about a single stone. Actually, now I can do this now that I have that stone there. And now this group is in so much trouble. And now I've just invaded any possible ways for him to live. I mean, to have territory in here. I'm just going to go ahead and descend. And I'm going to not care that he does that peep. I can play here. Do I want to play there? Okay. What do I want to do? Okay, well, first, I need to recuperate. What is going on the board? Right now, I have all four corners. His only territory is the bottom and maybe the top, plus maybe 4 points on in that side here. I've got all four corners and I've got some on the side here. And I can keep reducing over here. So if I kill this, I'm going to be so far ahead. So if I do this, because that's not a real peep. If I go here, I'll have the corner, but he has the possibility of running. But the thing is, running where? But then again, the two stones might be in trouble. So if I go here and he does the cut. No, let's just go here. Let's just go here. If he wants to cut, I'll just go there. If he goes there, I'll just push him. Okay, this bottom is 2, 4, 6. No, not 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, maybe 16 points. 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. He has maybe 30 points right now. And he'll get more if he does something up there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, he is not going to live. Now, do I want to do this? Do I want to do this? No, I can't. So I'm just going to make sure that he can't do anything there. Okay. He can't live. So I'll just play here. You can't live. What are you doing? Now you get to see me again get really annoyed by how the other person plays. Because he is supposedly supposed to be a 2Kiyu. I could just do this. I have absolutely nothing to worry about. Absolutely nothing to worry about. Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. I'll descend. Uh-huh. I don't care that he lives. I literally do not care. But I'll still threaten that. Because he'll... Yep, okay. And now, I don't care. And this is why I don't care. It's because he gets 2 points. I get this beautiful top. And my group on the bottom corner still... It still lives. White. This is a loss for white. He's... Okay, he thinks that he can live again by playing something like that. But it's not going to happen. I'm just going to attack this group. But how close do I want to get to it? So if I go here... No, let's just go here. Yeah, you do that. I'll just threaten you some more. Okay. So he's trying to kill off this group now. But in reality, he just killed himself. Yeah. Very sure. Very positive. I can make that a false eye 2 different ways. There we go. Thank you for the game. All right. So let's see what could happen later on. Because he can't make an eye here, and he can't go there because I can easily take out that other eye. And I just want to say this right now. Don't ever do this. Because it's death in Gote. Death in Gote. Huge, 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 huge Gote. 2Qs should know this. My nose. I have Miai of killing it off. And it's the same for this, except I was dumb and I didn't go there. Which is also beneficial for me because I literally have nothing to worry about. If he tries to kill me off, I can get rid of his eyes. And I have Miai of going either way. And I can play S11 anytime. If he wants to do this, I just do this. And this group is still in huge trouble. So that would have been better for me if I had done something instead of playing there. But I got really frustrated with that. And it didn't matter, because he still responded to when I played here. And I played here because I didn't want to go elsewhere and then possibly lose my space for 2 eyes. Because I can't get 2 eyes there. I'd be in trouble. And I didn't want that to happen. So that's why I played here first instead of up there. And because he responded to that, hey, that just makes for a happy camper for me. Because he just gets 2 points. Compared to how it looked before, sure, I could have had all of this, and he still had a chance to get something up here. And I'm going to do the... Okay. And this is what he gets. What he reduces. What I still get. Well, actually, more like that. This is all he gets. Reduced. He gets 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 points reduced, and gets only 2 points, while I got all of this, which was 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, far more than this. And I also got all of this. Because he's so weak up here. He let himself get weak by making another, and he got killed because he let a weak group die. This is what I am imagining right now. If he played possibly something like this, and then playing here, this would be so much more satisfactory for white. Because now I can't do anything on the top. And what does score estimator say? Because I'm gonna be guessing that white is surely ahead. Yeah, well, this says by 4.5, but oh, duh. I could, no, I can't scale that. What am I thinking? Um, let's just do that. And it's gonna, that group is not dead. Yeah, white would have been ahead. If only he had focused on the top and not invading my right side. This is an example of getting too greedy. Too greedy. And that is all that this game was about. Greed. He was far too greedy. Although if he did this, and if he jumped out again, I probably would have gone in. Because this group is still weak, and if he does something like this, I wouldn't care. Because it's basically the same result as up here with what happened, except white actually has a fighting chance to cut me off, as well as living. White has a better chance of living this way. All right, done with that. Let's look at the rest of this. So, number one thing of this game, don't be greedy. And number two, don't make death in Gote. It won't, it definitely won't help. Extending out again, I was shocked, but thinking about it, it's okay because it is an influential move, and he can't do it if I do a Hane, and it keeps me pushed down and he gets the influence. However, either of these Chinese, it's also a influential. Wait, let me think about that because it's been a while since I've done Go other than the last 2 days. Yeah, this is an both of these Chinese are influentials. Um, and aim for influence. And it's an influence against influence. With Black and Sente, which gives me an advantage to spread out even more. So maybe it's fine because it's the opening. Anything could happen in the opening. But I personally don't like it. Like, I'd first want to approach this stone or come at this stone first and spread out. Because with me, spreading out is the most important thing. If you just stick to one spot, like with what this is something that Dison brought up in the past before. If you spread out instead of focusing on one spot, then you have a better potential of getting more points. Like if I don't know, if he lived up here, And same for all of these. Then literally still nothing that white can do to reduce this without doing an overplay and having very slim chance of living. Um, this is why I try to spread out first instead of trying to get this influence like he's trying to get at the opening like this. Um, but in the end, it didn't get used too well. Well, actually, it did. Um, but it was too wide. Um, no, that's not the right word. He didn't use it right. That's what I want to say. Anyway, I could definitely be wrong or making confusion for people, so I'm going to go ahead and just stop with that. But I also want to bring up this. Because he had Sente, but he decided to do moves, to make a Gote move, and I got a series of Sente moves to make sure that I stayed alive, because he probably could have done something really bad against me. And also not, but I like making sure that I'm alive. Um, and he had to end in Gote again. So he gets a few more stones over here. However, he has less of a chance to really build up in here. And what I could have done too is maybe something like this. And that way he still only has up here for an influence and this one stone. As a Moyo person, I would not like this. This... he did too many Gote moves. And it's just basically the same two things. Being too greedy and playing Gote moves in hopes of living. Or in hopes to be even more greedy. But I will say that, just like in the last video, this cap is good. However, he focused too much on the cut instead of surrounding or trying to surround and getting the influence to really reduce everything else on the board. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. He was too focused on cutting off this stone that he totally missed these two stones possibly running out or doing something. Same for here. This was his mistake. I mean, what he could have done instead is play here, even though I'd ignore it. And then maybe something like this, and white would still get that Moyo. As white, I'd be totally okay with this. And then if black tries doing something like that, white can reduce it, blah, 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 blah. But white gets an okay position there, instead of being too greedy and wanting to surround everything and then missing this. That was really slow. This was, it has potential, but he didn't use it right. Like here, I mean, he could have done this, and he'd still be in pretty good shape if he had this down here to himself, too. Um, but instead, he was too worried about attacking and trying to kill. Now, surrounding is a good thing, but if you're not getting the potential that you had beforehand, then, or if it's not equal, it. I mean, it might be equal, but to me, I find it not equal at all. Um, that and he's given himself a weak group. Um, and here, yeah, here he gave his group is really weak, and he had to live locally, and because of that, I was able to get underneath, and now he's got even less points. He's hardly got anything. He's only got the bottom here. All because of greed. I mean, he could have had this whole left side and more of this bottom, but he was too greedy and wanted to kill. And then same for here. He tried too hard to kill. And then here, no. After this move, white should threaten to do a Hane first, and then build up on the top instead, after that whole problem that white made for himself. I can't really think of a third. Actually, here's a third thing. Just liberties. I mean, sure, I could play down here and try to make sure he stays dead. But if I did that, then he'd gain the top again. So even though it might be simple, it's still something to think about, because this way, actually, this can be the third thing. Making sure that moves are multi-purposed. This is for liberties and for killing it off, and the liberties is for making sure that white doesn't have enough liberties to kill off these stones and all that. My head is still recovering, so I feel like I'm making no sense at all. But do let me know if this is making sense, if this is helpful. Um, I'm done with this game. But do let me know if you want the life and death to merge with this series, and whether or not you want to change and discontinue the teaching after just waking up to just teaching. So let me know with that in the comments, and thank you for watching. I hope that you learned something from this, and I hope to see you next time. Later.